Not hard to see or figure out. Now, this is just south. I'm gonna get you positioned real quick. If you're catching this video later, you're gonna wanna start from this point anyways, at the beginning. This is the south side of our 22 acres. This is our, okay, this is our private property. Okay, Camp Pulaski's this way is one of our markers. Now, right next to where God put this camp, where he provided a Christian patriot the heart to say, I want to help you guys stop this, in the Brawley Wash is a major cartel trafficking route. And we'll show you with our training how this is not just tied to dope smuggling. Now, south, if you see in the back, I don't know, I'm not going to go over there. We got to make this pretty quick. There's black jugs. You'll see where they got pools, places where they shed. Now, this goes all the way down to Manville Road. If you start on Manville Road, you will count over 100-something black water jug containers, cans. Okay, this is all their trash. You will find backpacks, not too many though. This is a major drop point. This is where we can start continuing and going up north. Now, the people who come here, they get a chance to see when we're going in the washes what type of stuff you're looking for. And this one was a corridor that wasn't as active. It was just used every now and then. You only have some fresh jugs that are on top. A lot of the stuff is older, spent up, but they still been using it periodically until we got here. You can see where there's a trampling clearing along the edge, where they're marching up through this wash. Now, I know there's some idiots around named Ron Flores and a couple of the guys that like to profit off of this dope smuggling and human trafficking, but their neighbors outnumber them now. So I want, if you guys see videos where they're saying this doesn't happen and we're making this up, there's no way we could have staged all this. A lot of this is old. Now I'm going to take a walk with you because we are going to stage part of this. We've got hundreds and hundreds of areas where there's backpacks, left behind clothing, things like that. So what we're going to do, we're just going to follow this trail up. Now they stay in the wash. I'll cut down in the wash in a minute. But none of this stuff's been placed or messed with. We're going to go for a little walk to show you. Now, they'll go through the wash with a team. They'll go take their time. Our volunteers, our senior volunteers, will train them on what they're looking for when they're going out. We are going to add some areas where we have super fresh camps that we've busted up. And we're taking those items and we'll put up along the different routes where you have these camps. We just want everyone to know before we put this out there, it wasn't there in the beginning. I'm going to take you down and show you what is here. We already have one live video where I found this spot on a search. And then 2 days later, we met the property owner who contacted us. This is you'll see any tracks that come through here. As you can see, they're not running in this because this is mud. You will sink. We've had a lot of rain. But we're just going to follow this wash up. And you'll see a spot where they have little alarms set up along the way. I'm gonna pop in there where I show you where there's their trap. We already know, we've gone through this area like 100 times. We've been showing everybody how to get out here. When they get out, we give them a chance. So when they actually go on a search, they already know what to look for. And they know how we move around and zigzag. Along this wash, you'll find these, especially when they're moving. There's a reason why you have metal right there. Now here you had a big turnaround they were using. None of this has been staged. Here, we already know they're coming up through the wash. Large groups were coming up through this wash. You have private property attached to this wash that's aiding them. Here is where if you ever hear this at nighttime, all of our volunteers hear it. It's a distinct sound. It'll be their little alarms they use. And they'll set these up in areas on hidden trails back there to, even if you're walking, you can hear. These were where they had scout positions set up. This is where they were doing a bunch of turnaround driving. We can actually show people Just everything from where they're tracking in, the washers they're using, what a drop spot looks like, how their alarms are set up, and how the abandoned properties were used for human trafficking, not just dope drops. So we have a couple over here that were actually used for human trafficking. This is not us, but it's there. This is not us, just so you know once again. I don't have any idea what this particular area was used for or set up for. But the coyote trash, their jugs, their clothing, their canned goods, all riddled up this wash. We're not cleaning this up. This would be the last thing we ever clean up. As far as we're concerned, it's training grounds. So we can take people through. We can show them different cross patterns. There's another turnaround pickup spot over there. There's a side road on this side that goes down. But we're just gonna walk the wash. I don't have my mud slickers on, so I can sink up to a foot in some of that mud and water down there in the center. They have to go to the higher ground after it rains. Now remember, we're heading towards Camp Pulaski. And when they can move through friendly territory, there are trails where you see where they've humped and they've been forced out of the wash mainly because of the water. Or if they know they're in an area, they can get through quicker without trying to run through. Let's see. Still moving towards Alpha. Try to shield this wind. And you don't go in a straight pattern along the wash. What they've learned is, just because it looks like it's a short wash, it's only like 2 miles long, you actually do about 5-6 miles. They zigzag in a pattern on both sides, looking for the scout positions. Anywhere you see the trash and the stuff they're being dropped in big areas, and they're just leaving all those behind, that means you got someone local that's helping them, picking them up and moving them to their next destination. An old shoe. You'll zigzag, you'll see there's a bunch of those back there. You can come out and see a lot of the stuff's been rained on, sitting in water right now. So we have definitely old tracks, some newer tracks, but we're going to add what a fresh coyote camp looks like by removing one of the, we found like 18. We're going to be removing one of the ones and having it set up exactly. We'll set up pictures so everyone knows that this was put out here by us, and we'll tell you what area it actually came from. We'll drop the GPS coordinates. If anyone wants to come out and help dismantle and transport and set up, they're more than welcome to come out. But you just have them zigzag, cut through. And you see, as you get further up north, you won't see a lot of those jugs, those clothings and all that crap they left down there by that bridge. Once again, right on the border of our property. Not a couple properties over, not on the other side of this valley, right next door. They used to just have free reign of this area. It would just take their little wash that they were using. We always tell people just keep moving, because at some point you will pick up their next trail. Now it's not really fair here because they put plastic jugs probably about 10 meters in the air on poles that mark these positions. That's how they were first discovered. Now, this is a split on a wash. What I'm doing is the finger on this wash opens up and another spot goes east. Come out over here. Once again, you had heavy crossing that was going on over here. Well, we'll show you. And wash circling around. We've almost got 100 washes down here. These little runoffs. We're almost at 100 that we've gone through wash. Over 80 of these washes have coyote trash in it. Black jugs, shirts, old backpacks. And you're talking at almost 100, but there are tens of thousands down here. Every little finger can split. Here you have a three-way split. They split and run off in any of these canyons. Some of them go down deep where they can just take a swimming pool or a tarp or something, lay down there, cover themselves up. Once again, you'll have another one, finger split. These are mazes down here. We bring our teams up to here. We can show them how they can just lift this up and go right under here. Okay, so we know they want to cross over this way. Well, it's not posted. We don't know what's going on there, right? That's what we tell them. So what we want to do is look at the fence line. We're going to follow what's going on here. They've got a spot there where they can cut. Well, let's see. Where's the fence going? Someone at some point was doing some construction out here. By the way, this is a county property right over here. It's okay, what's going on here? We kind of show them there's a fence there. It's to deter people unless you know, just crawl underneath it. Right on the other side of this fence. Now these steps were dug in. He's saying us once again. We've come through and watch the spot. They're dug up. Just like any other spot. You'll have spotters. You have a white jug. This one has some type of wiring that kind of runs down it, so we're not sure if they're using it as a radio too, because the other ones you'll see won't have that. But this marks an area. Now they used to come here, and this is where they used to have humans and dope, and this was a safe spot for them. It's marked with all their markings. Once again, Alpha Camp in none but 100 yards right over there. God put us right next to a spot that was once used for trafficking, not just narcotics out here. Now, we're not saying that people were put in these little cages. We don't know that. That's just speculation. But we do know we'll show you another property, so don't worry about it. We're going to show you another one. This isn't the only one that's over here. But this was a safe spot for them, out in the middle of nowhere, marked with some cowards over there that are helping them. But they're not going to be able to do a whole lot much longer. So you see they had this area, and they ran. So we're like, okay, well, we show them this. Pull off their markings, they're set up.